to start off I just realized if you're not I have you know what I'm doing? Everybody that but it's, I am mostly doing this to make a video and when I'm really well, I think about this is how this is going to go. No, I'm mainly doing it this way, not for the sake of people. So especially like this about precisely the narrative. So if you want what I'm going to do is give it a couple minutes to see hello Sarah, I see you. I was out there because I have a little bit of so it's the video I did download it. So it's things, although a little scary wise. So I'm just gonna give everybody a couple minutes. You know, it's for me a little bit because I just read my notes, like I said earlier, for the first year when I first started. I just read my notes, and a good chunk of them are gone. I wrote this little eloquent last night, but I'm hoping by sounds cocky. Okay, all right. You know what? Oh, okay. I'm gonna change that real quick. I can do that very quick. 2 seconds here. We'll fix this. We'll fix it right away. We'll look a little silly, but I don't care. I don't want to stop the student. I know this is the second thing that it's occurred. So we're just going to do this. So bear with me for a minute, guys, while I do some highly technical, stuff here. A lot of noise. So let's see here. I'll put this in so I can hear you. Let me know if this helps. If this helps, then we're good to go and we can solve the problem. Check, check, check. Did this solve the problem, guys? Because I have terrible sound right now, so this is good. All right. Did I hook this up to the, I do have it hooked up to the internet, right? The right way. Let me double check here, guys. Yep, it's hooked up. The way that I have it hooked up is correct. So let me know. Is it better? That's better. You can hear me clear. Beautiful. Good. Okay. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to start over. And the first thing I was just getting ready to do is I'm going to clear the energy here. I have these beautiful Tibetan symbols. I love them. It's something I've wanted since I had my first wellness clinic back in gosh, when was it? 2000. I can't remember when it was that I opened up. I've been a certified massage therapist since '06, but I've wanted these for audio therapy and I finally have them. So I'm just going to use them real quick because the first thing I realized is all my beautiful notes that I wrote last night in the middle of the night at 3:33 a.m. not in my phone. I don't know what happened. So that got me a little bit discombobulated, and then the sound. So I put my headphones on. It looks ridiculous, but you're not going to pretend like I'm on location in some strange land. I just realized we are on location in some strange land, aren't we? So I'm just going to clear the energy real quick with these guys. They are tuned to the sound of Om, which is your I am presence. So let's just do it, shall we? One more time. They are not connecting. See, this is just fun, isn't it? Come on, guys. There we go. All right. I don't know what it is about that sound, but it always just makes everything clear up for me. It immediately speaks to my soul and my heart, and everything gets brought down. So I did lose my notes. I only have a few notes, but the thing that I wanted to talk about with the encouragement that started this off is not there. But I have something. I have a secret power, and her name is Dory.
She's my beautiful sister, and she's in the chat right now. So, with your permission, Dory, I would like to read your post because it is basically exactly what was impressed upon me yesterday when this occurred to share. So, I'm going to wait for your confirmation in the comment story that you're okay with me reading it, and then I'll read it. What I'll do is give you a little background. Yesterday, I don't know what your day was like, but I was in a good place energetically, very good place. Oh, geez, thank you, Spirit, thank you. That just reminded me of what disappeared from my notes. See, all I had to do is say Dory's name. See how amazing she is? Okay, I'm going to jot this down real quick before I forget. Okay. Oh, and see, and as quickly as it came, it left again. Please do. Oh, I will, dear. Thank you. I figured you'd say that, but I just wanted to be sure. Let me turn my heater off. It's getting too hot in here. I don't want it in here. So let me start that story again. Maybe it'll come back to me again. Yesterday, I was being in a good place energetically. That's it. I think I did write that down. Let me double check here. Bear with me. You guys know what a big goofball I am. If you've been listening to me for any length of time, you know it. Okay. Yes, that's exactly it. I was in a good place vibrationally. I knew it. I had that sense in my emotions and my body. You know what I'm talking about. You can feel when you're vibing high, right? I was in this place. I get to work. Everything that could presented itself. I mean, literally, I don't mean to brag, but I am an impeccable employee. I always have been. And I got my ass chewed out for something that just seemed so ridiculous to me. And all these things just started to come into play. And immediately I felt my energy starting to go up and down, right? And I was like, oh, what's going on? And I knew it wasn't me, but I was feeling it. So eventually, story shortened, I did take a break and went and, centered myself and sifted through it all. And I realized it was just a bunch of discordant energies that were all around me. And they were all kind of freaking out around me. And because of our empathic abilities as being light bearers, I felt every bit of it. So I sifted through it all, and sifting it, my inner self, my higher self, the kingdom, source, creation, my I am presence started to comfort me, because I kind of like felt freaked out because I got knocked off kilter so fast. And so in that comfort, I got this message, and I'm going to read to you what Dory said, because she basically said the same thing. This is the message that I got. So let me read it to you. All right. And see, my phone is even oh, you've got to be kidding me. Everything is messing with me today. It's all right. Because this little ego trick, I'm telling you, it's going to be a game changer if you can really grasp it. All right, this is what Miss Dory wrote. Listen, and please do. Do not underestimate yourself or what you are doing. Here and now, capital NOW. Many of you right now are moving through an intensive quantum collapse. And even right now, my vision is blurring. I have perfect up close vision. So this is crazy. This is interesting to me. Okay, so let me start again here. Many of you right now are moving through an intensive quantum collapse, reconciling past and future timelines of unresolved life experiences, reverse engineering limiting beliefs, healing emotional, mental, and physical bodies, integrating trauma and pain to work for you rather than against you, ultimately becoming the alchemist to restore sanity to the planet. All of this while maintaining your earth human, going to work, being a parent, being kind, or just being whatever it is that you are being. I will add it. There's many, titles we put to what we're doing, but basically what she's saying is that while you're living your earth life as your earth character, you're doing all this incredible stuff. If you're putting one foot in front of the other, it's worthy of note, and I'm super impressed with you. And I agree with her in that. I am super impressed with you as well. You should be too. Yes, be impressed with yourself. That's what this message is for us to get in this place where we can be impressed with ourselves and take a look at what we've done and what we're doing. Thank you. I love you. You're crazy in the best imaginable way. And I love that, Dory. That's so awesome. You are crazy in the most and best imaginable way. So that being said, this is what came to me yesterday too. And of course, we had no conversations with each other, verbally in this earth character. But the same thing came to me while I was going through this. And then it at that moment, it settled everything into place, and I was vibing where I should be. I did my shift. Everything was fine. I just I was really thrown off kilter because there's a whole thing going on around me right now. The winds of change are blowing hard. Everything is in flux. So I could see this as a bit of a precursor that I'll be, I'll be moving in my life somewhere, doing something. Something's going to occur. So I went back to work. Everything was fine. Well, by the time I got home, once again, I was just in this state of feeling like, oh, I'm so frustrated with this. And I was going through something that felt so old, like baby steps and you're a grown woman, It was like somebody put me back on the bottle. I couldn't explain it, but it felt very, immature and ridiculous to me. That's what it felt like. And so I'm processing through this through the night. That's when I made the notes. And I'm getting huge ring in this ear, huge. So yeah, what I'm about to tell you is really important little thing. So let me switch to my notes so I make sure I don't miss anything. Okay, so I was beseeching my team, my higher self, and all of the angelic, historic, every being that is not incarnate. I was beseeching them, including the incarnate ones, all of you. I was beseeching everyone to help me to see this, because I was listening to a message while I was trying to go to sleep, and it sounded like it was in Gaelic or something to me. I understood it, but for some reason I couldn't process it. And it was just frustrating me further and further. And I felt my frequency dropping. And I know that this is a time frame when that's not something that we want. We want to be vibrating in this beautiful high frequency. So in that process, I really couldn't grasp it. I just couldn't do it. And finally, I realized I was resisting it, which I just spoke about yesterday. And what you resist persists. I'm also physically not doing so great right now either. So I had all these things warring within inside of my body, and I was in pain and I didn't feel good. And so all these things were there. And so I just started crying. And all I did was cry out to every benevolent, part of myself that is helping me. Please help me understand this. And I fell asleep. Well, of course, in the middle of the night, or in the morning, whatever you want to call it, 3:33, I wake up. And right at the moment I wake up, what I was listening to played a specific paragraph. And I was like, the lights came on, and then I realized it. And then it was confirmed over and over and over again this morning when I got up. And I just was so elated to find this, because I had really been beating myself up. I'd really been feeling the sense of, wanting to be in a high frequency constantly, because we know what's at hand. Susan, who's in the chat room, posted a really good video about something that I also received, and that's confirmation of it, that we're in this time frame that is all about high frequency. So, I was getting so frustrated and so upset with myself, and my stomach hurt, my throat hurt. I felt like I needed to cry. I was in pain. I just felt like crap, to be honest. So I just went to sleep. Well, I woke up, and this is what I got, this little ego trick that's occurring. And listen very carefully. This is really important. You are in a high vibrational pattern, regardless of whether or not you're struggling. And there's a reason why. So no longer look at what's happening around you. Do not look at it like you're reducing your vibration. It's an ego trip, an ego trick. Dory stated this morning as we were talking that the ego has gotten very good at posing itself as a spiritual guide to you inside of your thoughts. And so just listen to this. This is the ego trick. Getting you to believe, which is a focus on, and anything you focus on becomes, because you're a powerful creator, that you are not vibrating at a high frequency because you're struggling with whatever. I was struggling yesterday. Struggle, right? If you believe or think that you're not hitting the mark, which that's how I felt, because there's this place we want to be in. We understand how crucial it is in this time to raise this entire system. And I'm going to say hello to everybody. I love you. My day is good, Ralph. I just saw that. Love you very much. Just going to keep going, because you know me, focus issues. I'll lose my train of thought. I love you all. Okay. If you feel like you're not hitting the mark because you know how important it is, and I do, we all do, we understand this light bearer circumstance that we're in. Those thoughts, if you keep them, begin to actually then lower your vibration. When in your struggling state, you were actually still unconditional love. That's the key. If in this time frame right now, you're struggling with everything, your physical health, being bombarded with energies, feeling like, you're loaded, just feeling yourself that you're low. When that occurs, take no heed to it. Because if you're operating in unconditional love and you're choosing to take the middle ground, if you've done the inner work, if your kingdom is being, worked on constantly by you, if you're in that great and beautiful I am state, and if you are, You're vibrating high. And I'm about to tell you after this exactly what you've been doing. It's fantastic. So this is a little trick that the ego does, and I know this, and I can be an authority on it this morning because I experienced it so I could get to the other side, see it for what it was, and share it with you. This beautiful, wonderful, multifaceted, gorgeous stone that we call our little soul family that is gathered together. So when you're in your struggling state, you're actually in unconditional love still. The belief that the struggle is the problem, if you will, I don't like to use the word problems because I don't believe there are any, but is the problem, if you will, becomes and creates the problem. When there wasn't one before, the thought, the ego mind process, that little part of you that created to hold thoughts that you think are you and they're not, which I'll be touching on that, gives you this information. Now, if you use that information to believe it, that it happened, there will be a problem where there wasn't one before, or a lowered frequency where there wasn't one before. But now that you've had the thought, I'm failing, it hurts your emotions and remains there, and it will lower your vibration because your emotions are key. How you feel is key. So ego knows this. It's learned this. This is a absolutely beautiful little trick that it's learned in this heightened state that we're in because something occurred. And this video that I watched that Suzanne posted, if you're in Discord, please do it. If Suzanne wants, she can post a link to it right here. I'd be happy for her to do that. What this woman says is exactly what I received in the night. It's exactly what I felt, and it's the truth. It's absolutely the truth. Hence the desperation of this last little ego trick to get a hold of those light bearers that are just kicking ass and taking names, because that's what we're doing. I know it can be proposed that it doesn't feel like it right now. Oh, and I need to breathe, because believe me, I've been experiencing it myself. I totally understand. And if I'm experiencing it, you are. There's no separation. We are one. So it hurts your emotions and you remain there, and it lowers your vibration. So in fact, you were flying high within your struggle because you choose love ultimately. Remember that. You wouldn't even, if you're even struggling with the fact that you've lowered your vibration, you're consciously aware that you have a vibration. You're there, sweetheart. You're there. Struggle, whatever occurs, you're there. If you have the thought, oh, my vibration's lowering, it's not. You can't have that thought and not be conscious. End of story. You're good. You've got this. That wasn't the title of my notes. You've got this. We've got this. We have got this. Absolutely. Watch that video. It's pretty amazing. There it is. It popped up right now. I just saw it. Watch it, because what she says is true. And I'll be getting there in just a minute. Okay? So you choose love ultimately. But the little ego, reverse energy, that is very desperate right now to remain, the ego will suggest you're failing because you have a struggle, because you feel unvibrational in the moment. Now, you can have that moment where you feel unvibrational and you're still way the heck up here. What occurs is when that is presented to you, if you believe it to be the truth that you're failing, you can stop there. That's good. You're good. Nothing has happened. Everything's beautiful. It's when you let it affect that emotion, the emotion. That's when you can lower your own vibration. Little ego can't do that. This reverse energy can't do that. The old cannot do that. Only you can. So remember, when you don't feel good, focus on something that makes you feel good. And it doesn't matter what it is. And it doesn't matter who it affects in your outside. Doesn't matter. I don't care anymore what people think when I only focus on things that make me feel good. I know how important it is for me to feel that. I know how important it is for you to feel that. And there's going to be a lot of people that this is going to make uncomfortable because they've been living in this understanding that suffering is going to bring them into the kingdom. Suffering is what's going to cause everything to occur for them to either be special or for them to make an impact, because they want what we want. We all do. We're one. But if you believe that it's in struggling, you're going to stay in that lower vibration. But the ones that this is speaking to, that can't happen. As of today, that can't happen anymore. It can't. It will not happen. Because if you think for a moment that you are vibrationally lowering, ooh, I like that, 11 people in here. Well, that's what it says on my screen. I know it's different for as the algorithms go up and down, but so in fact, okay, so we've got that so far. If it can get you to believe it, then it occurs. But this is the key. The moment that you realize this and adjust it, the very second, it's called repentance, remember? metanoia. It means just changing your mind, your true mind, your Christed mind. The minute you do that, you are right back in that love, high vibrational place. As a matter of fact, you don't even get removed from it if you get there. But if it does affect your emotions and you feel those lower emotions, as soon as you don't feel good, this is your high, most important objective for the rest of this journey. Pay attention to how you feel. That's what happened to me last night. I was going, whoa, whoa, this doesn't feel good. This doesn't feel good. It was an exercise for me to understand. If something doesn't feel good, adjust that. And I don't care what it is. And it may look like on the outside, we were just having a little discussion this morning with people doing things and it being viewed a certain way. It doesn't matter what people see it as. It is your responsibility in your kingdom for you to feel good right now. So do what feels good. Only let those vibrational things in your life lift you into that place of feeling good. How you feel in your sacred gut center, in that very, very solar plexus of who you are, is key. So last night I learned that. I was feeling all this. I had to pull myself aside and realize, what was I feeling? What was happening? It's being proposed to me that I was lowering in vibration. I was not going to be able to do this. You're just not going to make it. You can't do it. You can't do it. There's just too much around you. You're too sensitive. You're too sensitive. Gee, it sounds like a relationships I've had where they said, you're too sensitive. You're too much. I was hearing this voice saying, you're too sensitive. Do you see? Because everything impacts me. I know you understand that. My heart gets impacted by everything that's around me. That's your superpower. It's wonderful. What we got to do now is choose what's around us. Choose what's around you. And I know that's going to look like you're abandoning people, abandoning things. It's going to look horrible to some people because it triggers them. It affects them. They don't understand. And that's okay. None of that matters. What matters is that you pay attention to your feeling center and you feel good. I know that sounds ridiculous and selfish and all kinds of things, but it's the truth. We've been doing it already, but this little ego trick is going, if we can just get them to believe that they're lowering their vibration, maybe, maybe this can occur. It can't. All right. I wrestled all night and yesterday. My inner truth, my best friend, the love of my life, my kingdom, comforted me with this inner knowing. Then it was confirmed outside of me all morning. From that point forward, confirmation, 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 confirmation with everything, including this morning right now. So anyways, you know what I'm going to do real quick, because I would like Dory to join me if she's willing to. And if she's not, that's fine. I'm going to put the link up anyway, because let me see here. Let me copy to my clipboard, because I want you guys to be available. If spirit moves in a way that's going to happen, at the end, I'll let everybody come on that wants to come on. Open game, we'll just do whatever, because I've got some time, so we're good. But I'm going to go ahead and post this in the post area. Like I said, in StreamYard, it's a little bit different. So there you go. You can come in if you want, and then you'll just sit in the guest room in the back, and I'll pull you in when it's time to do that. Anyways, so that's what occurred for me. So that's the biggest thing, is just I wanted to encourage you. Dory put that message in on Facebook and in Discord to encourage you of how I just want to say the F word because it's the only one that flipping magnificent you are. And struggling, that's part of this earth game. It cannot lower your vibration. It cannot. You can. Don't do it. That's just make sure that what's around you, it creates a feel-good feeling for you. If it doesn't feel good, fuck away from it. I couldn't help it. It's the only word that works sometimes. This isn't set up for children, so we're good. Okay, let's go forward here. And I'm not paying attention to the chat, so I hope I will go back and kind of skew through it when I get done with this, because I have focus issues. And if I don't focus, I'll just go tripping through the tulips somewhere, and that'll be that, which isn't going to be bad because that would make me happy. Still be doing my job then. So all good. Okay, the Course in Miracles said something to me this morning, spoke so loudly on this topic that we're discussing. What you give, okay, because it goes back to that thing of sharing that I did a video on yesterday, this expression and sharing, it's part of our emotional makeup, this desire to share. And there's a real reason for this being so profound right now. What you give through sharing, expression, you gain back in truth. Sharing is not about who you think you are. That's that little ego mind. It's about who you really are. Sharing is how we access the holy relationship. Holy, W-H-O-L-E, whole relationship. This truth lies within, as it lies within you. It lies within the truth as it lies within you. Anything you feel the need to hide right now is ego. Okay, I just typed it in there because it was my notes. But I want to say that again. Anything that you feel you need to hide in this time of nakedness, this time of dropping the veil before it drops itself. And I said in my video yesterday, I'll say it again, I'm out there. I'm stripped. I no longer have a concern of zero. That was good. Concern. I have zero concern. Zero. I like that. I'm going to keep that. Zero. I got zero fucks to give about this. There you go. Boom. Yes, it is posted. You have to scroll up, Dory. My eyes were drawn to that. I could feel you. So I knew I was supposed to tell you. Yeah, scroll up a little bit. The link is there. If you need it again, just let me know. Let me know. Okay, so let me finish here. This is in the Course of Miracles. Oh, beautiful. And then there's the Course of Love that's written by the Divine Feminine. The Course of Miracles is a very masculine energy, beautiful, perfect. And then the coupling to it is the Course of Love. And it is a beautiful book. I highly suggest that you get a hold of it and read it if you're interested, because it comes in with that Divine Feminine together. Oh gosh, the balance that occurs is beautiful. Let me continue. Okay, you gain in truth. Sharing is not about who you think you are. I already did that. Okay, it's the holy relationship. This truth lies within you. Anything you feel that you need to hide is ego. That's a really hard thing to experience, hearing a statement like that, because we're in a time frame right now where people are protecting themselves. Beloved, light-bearing beings that are magnificent, and they're protecting themselves. They're hiding. They're staying alone. They're not involved in relationship. And the only way that we can do this beautiful, holy thing is in relationship. This is how this works. This is hence the individuation, so that we can toss this beautiful ball of perfected love back and forth to each other. We can't do that without relationship. We can't do that without expression. And we can't do that if we hide. Anything your ego wants you to hide, it's just anything you want to hide is ego, because you don't have a firm, full perspective of the truth. And the truth is that you're perfect and you're beautiful. And your thoughts are not who you are. Your thoughts are a little mechanism you created to hold them, and that's the ego. That's what holds those thoughts. That tells you that this is you and all the things that you've done, because we've done them all. There's not one of us here that hasn't done everything, on both sides of the duality here. Nobody. So we're all in the same boat. We're all perfect. We're all beautiful. So why hide? Because little ego mind is trying to keep us hiding, because that is ego. So it's the time to be naked. It's time to be open. I'm done. I'm out there. I do not care any longer. I have no caring in me whatsoever. I ain't caring. And some people will get that, but there's no care in me about that anymore, because I want to be in this place. I want to live in the truth and nowhere else. And we're already doing it. So it's quite beautiful. Okay. The thoughts that they believe they are you, they are not. The ego is created by you. Okay. So that's the end of my notes. That's good. I can get off of that. All right. So did you get the the algorithm is starving. I believe it. I believe it. Oh, gee, that's funny. What does it say? Like, where am I at? Right there. What does it say? Spirit aptly gave me that name. It's so frickin' true, because there's nothing in me that can't believe. That's been a huge double-edged sword for me. But guess what? It's my superpower. It's your superpower. What we believe, which the word believe has become so screwed up in really what it means when you track it down all the way through the earth understanding of it into the spirit understanding, it means a knowing. Not a learned thing, not a gained wisdom, not a nothing other than right here, knowing. So I do believe that. So that is what I wanted to share with you today. And I think I swear there was more than that. If you watch that video, you will get it. Yeah, because there is more than that. See it? I remember. Yeah, that's the part that disappeared. Was the next thing that I wanted to share with you is we are in this phase. I see Dory's in the room. I'm going to bring her in 2 seconds here. We're in this phase. Watch that video that Susan posted. Watch it and share the heck out of it. Because now the vibration, oh, that's what it was. It's all coming back to me. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. Thank you. We, the ones who are in this space, struggle or not, in that high vibration, there's more of us than there are of them. Once again, this is not a separation, just so you know. There's no separateness here. But we are stronger and more abundant than those that are still believing the three-dimensional low energies, the low frequencies. There's more of us than there is them. There's been a quantum shift. Those words that Dora used in her first statement, she banged it right out of the park. We are in a quantum shift and we are on the other side of it. So just imagine that this pendulum's been swinging so hard. We've been doing all that inner work. We've been struggling. We've been doing everything. We got here and we're just like holding that pendulum and it's shaking and we can't take it anymore. It's been released. This is coming with no impediment from this day forward. Nothing can stop this vibrational inertia. 5D is birthed. We still got to clean that baby up. We still got to cut the cord. We still have a few things to do. You know, you got to stay a couple days in the hospital, get everything all squared away. But that baby is here. We will not be impeded from here on out. Now, as soon as that was downloaded into my little heart, I said, but look around me. Don't let what's happening on the earth plane confuse you or derail that thought, because it's the truth. Because you understand that there are more of us that are not incarnated on this earth either, that are also in that have all been working. There's just so much working on this whole system right now. So many of them that have left their form, they're no longer living on this planet, but are still connected energetically. Then the ones that never did incarnate, that are just here to support. There are multitudes that we don't even know about. We've finally hit this shift where the weight is on the other side and the pendulum is swinging and there is nothing that's going to stop it. We are impedable. 5D is here. And in the next decade, like that beautiful woman said in the video, we are going to see this come to pass regardless. So don't let those struggles dissuade you. That was the other thing. I think that was it. All my notes came back to me. Let me pull Miss Dory, and I believe she's going to be in here. Did you mean my link, Susan? If you meant that, yes, I will. I'll just throw it out there. I don't even care. If that's not what you meant, I'll just do it anyway. How about that? I think I still have it loaded in my clipboard. So let's see if it comes up. So I'm going to go ahead and grab Dory, and we're going to go ahead and do this. Add stream. All right. So give us a voice check. And you're in here. We just see this nice little bullseye circle with a nameless, hairless piece. Yes, it's official. We can hear you. Can everybody else hear her? I hear her fine. No, Tracy, let me correct you, dear sister. Nothing can stop what's coming. That's true. But let me add a little twist to that. It's not coming, darling. It's not coming. It's here.
Right? Always been here.
Yes. But now the inertia cannot be impeded. We outweigh those that are still believing in the old. Right. How beautiful is that?
It's so mind-blowing when you start to realize that everything that we've been pursuing has always been. It's just about, and I've said this before, but it's not about learning more or retaining more information or more knowledge. It's literally about unlearning everything that you think you know, even if it's about good, bad, light, dark, right, wrong. Everything that you think that you understand should be a key indicator of what's going to be of the rug that's going to be pulled out from underneath of you, because nothing is what it seems. And there's actually nothing that we're experiencing that doesn't have some much bigger grand divine purpose that we, of course, don't necessarily understand the reasoning for. But hey, that's above our pay grade. If you believe that source is touching your life and guiding your life and has a bigger plan for you, then you have to understand that applies to your neighbor who got the jab. Or do you know what I mean? So
absolutely,
things don't look the way that we think that they're supposed to. That's really also an indication that our ego has, again, weaseled its way in there and has implemented some sort of standard about the way things should be according to what? Who? You?
Yeah. Whose sticker are we going to use to measure?
Exactly.
Whose? There isn't one that you can pick that will work, because then once again that's a separation, and there is no separation in this. That's absolutely right. Yes, it's very true. I'm really grateful that she made that post yesterday. I'm very grateful that the spirit is moving through I just really felt strongly. I was so encouraged. I really, really was not feeling the greatest in that moment. And that encouragement melted me. And I just wanted to pass that forward today. You guys are banging this out of the park. You are amazing. You're incredible. You're perfect. You're everything that you believe in that very dense part of your heart. It's the truth. And you are killing it. You've got this. And this pendulum is swinging. So just keep living in that space of unconditional love. If you struggle, you struggle. When you choose consciously to even think about the fact that you have a vibration, you're
Yeah.
there. You're there.
Yeah, I received that came through pretty hardcore in terms of understanding what an appropriate moment it was to just put that out there for whoever it meant something to, because it's really crazy how many balls people are juggling multidimensionally. And just here again, being on their Earth human,
Yep.
the multitasking is like unprecedented. So it's like, give yourself a
pat on the back.
gold star.
Absolutely. And I do this. I pat myself on the back, and then Spirit says, okay, tell yourself what a good job you're doing. And see, you can do this. You can comfort yourself entirely because you have an entire universe within you. We are one. So when you do this in this perception of who you are, and like she said before, it's already always been here. It's just we didn't perceive it. Now that we're perceiving it, you do this. Tell yourself what a good job you're doing, and then finish the job and put the other arm up there. And give yourself a hug.
Oh yeah,
Just so you're so amazing.
Absolutely. Yeah, this thing that's always been here. It's
Yes.
just everything that's been superimposed on top of us. All of these, if you want to call it programming, that's fine. But all of these, again, suggestions that we integrate as being perceived truth, that we think things are a certain way. And so it's all of these ideas and labels and expectations that we've accumulated throughout over millennia that have, got us to where we are now. And now it's really just about reverse engineering that whole thing and going back to the beginning. It's really just about going back to the beginning.
It's not new. It just feels new because of how long we've forgotten.
Right.
But it isn't new. It's just and then that's what I call it, the new, because that's what people relate to, because it feels so. It does to me too. I'm preaching to myself. It feels brand new. It's like, oh, this is amazing. It's new, but it's not new. It is who we are. And we're remembering, because learning is out, teaching is out, all those things. That's the old. It's gone. It's not the way of the new. The way of the new is just remembering. And we're doing that. We are doing it. And the entire system is doing it with us because we carry a heavier weight. We're finally, well, all it is that we're just the number of individuals, individuated, beautiful sparks of source creation that believe in the old limited version of this third dimensional existence. The ones that believe in unconditional love and are working towards this vibrational shift, that energy outnumbers the other. And so that's how it is. And it will be expansive. It will continue. And all those frequencies that we're still working about, including them into the expansive whole, which integration, that's what this is about, accepting back all the parts of ourselves, bringing them home and loving them. And see that immediately, all the hairs stand up. This is so huge right now. That's occurring. Yes, did you feel that? It just swept over me. It was like, woo, yeah, that's what we're talking about. Come home, come home, come home. And that starts here, and then it's becoming manifest in the outer. That's what's so exciting. All of our inners are creating the outer. You guys should be so excited. We should have this big, huge party. It's amazing. The outer is beginning to represent the inner. Yay!
Yeah, this is a really potent time, especially for the throat chakra. But really take inventory constantly about thoughts, obviously, and speaking life. That's going to help that throat chakra really blast open. Speak life, speak love about yourself, about other people. Just being really, really
Well, that's where that internal work comes from. Once
Yep.
you reach that place inside of yourself where you've done these things within yourself to the capacity within yourself that pendulum's already swinging unimpeded, which that's why it's occurring in the outer, because it's occurring in the inner with all the beautiful ones that are doing the work. Once you get there, and I know this is just for me, I find it impossible not to do this. I find it impossible not to be expressive, not to be naked, not to be in this space. I can't operate that way anymore. It's just that pendulum. I feel it within myself, and I'm super excited that it is becoming manifest in the outer, because once you get there, it seems like second nature, because guess what? It isn't actually second nature. It's second, once again, because we've been forgetting. It's first nature.
Yeah. The trick
This
really
is who we are.
is to get over yourself. You know, people are even people that really have a really good presentation of having what we would perceive as having it all figured out. A lot of times, even people that are able to really expand or articulate really important spiritual concepts and truths still themselves have bypassed a lot of that shadow work. There really
Yes.
is no bypassing that if you're trying to get to where you want to go. And it's
Yes.
of the utmost to get really real with oneself and really explore all the things that you resist looking at.
Yes.
Um,
Resist persists.
if you're
Anything you
resisting
resist.
something, that's a really good sign. That's exactly
Mhm.
what you need to pursue.
Yes,
Because
it is.
everything you want is on the other side of that. Because once you can look at the things that you don't want to be responsible for because it hurts or you've hurt somebody else, or it doesn't matter. The point is
No,
to forgive it and love it, because when you can do that for yourself, the ripple effect of the collective compassion is what's going to really shift things
it's
to
what
a
it did.
yeah.
It is. That's exactly what I'm saying. That's exactly what's occurring right now. And those that are still in that place where they haven't been able to release that yet, this that we're doing is assistive to them. We're surrounding them with the frequency that they need to
Yeah.
feed on in order to do it. So they will. And that's wonderful. So I saw something on I don't know if anybody ever listens to Teal Swan stuff. Every once in a
Yeah.
while some of her stuff will come across. It's not all of it resonates with me, but
Right.
sometimes. And she basically gave this scenario of how this works when this vibrational thing I'm talking about, with you being in a struggle and still being able to be vibrating high. She said, imagine yourself walking into a hospital and you're in this vibrational state. You're good, right? You know you are. You walk into a hospital to visit someone and they're very sick and they're in very much pain, and their frequency is very low, and they are just completely basically consuming themselves with this. Now when you walk into that circumstance, your unconditional love is when you remain in your mind's eye seeing them healthy, happy, whole, and in no duress whatsoever, while you're sharing that frequency with them, holding their hand, being there present for them. But you're keeping in your mind's eye, your Christed mind's eye, what it is that you see for them and you see for themselves and you see for all of humanity. That's unconditional love. What we get tricked into is we immediately emotionally feel the
Yes.
vibration coming our way from them. And
Yeah.
then we're empathic with these beautiful hearts. And then we adopt that. Then we jump into that low frequency with them. We are no longer, and it feels like if you feel bad for someone who's sick or
Yes.
hurting or in a bad place, it feels like that's compassion. It
Right.
feels like you are empathizing with them, that you're doing unconditional love. You are
Compassion
not.
is compassion
Stay in
is
your high
being, yeah.
vibration.
Compassion for me is really experiencing somebody as whole, regardless
Mhm.
of what's being presented to me
Exactly. Absolutely.
about the
You're
lack.
holding that for them.
Exactly.
You
I
bet.
see you as
You bet.
whole, even though you're being presented to me as being in lack in some way, or dropping the ball in some way, or whatever. Do you know what I mean?
That's right.
It's not my
Dying from
job.
cancer,
Yeah.
given a 2 week, a 2 week span of life to live, going in there and believing that with them and going into that space with them, that's not unconditional love. It's not. I know we've been trained to believe it is, but you know what unconditional love is going in there and being present in the now moment so that that frequency can bring them where they need to be. And it seems
Yeah.
on the outside, it can seem very much like the other people around you. I recently just got accused of this by someone who's super close to me, of being this cold, distant, How can you even? I mean, how can you do that? I'm over here suffering and you can be this way. Well, it must be nice. And see that this will not be received well, possibly. Doesn't matter. Do it anyway.
Yeah, this path for sure is going to ask you, and it really does ask you in very interesting ways if you're all in. Meaning,
Yes.
if you're really committed, then will you choose spirit in ways that are going to be really, really difficult? Meaning, are you going to choose pursuing your soul,
Yep. Are you going to clean the feet of?
Are you going to choose this over the crowd, or something are you going to speak up when it's going to be very unpopular and very uncomfortable?
Are you going to be brave enough to clean the feet of the brothers and sisters? Are you going to rip that towel off around your waist, or to dry their feet? Or are you going to keep it on because being naked just doesn't? Are y'all in? Are y'all in? You going to rip that towel off and dry their feet after you clean them and stand there buck naked while everybody goes, what the hell are they doing? That's all in.
Yeah.
Yep.
Who cares if people think you're strange if the alternative is that you're a stranger to yourself, Be authentic.
Exactly. That's right. You can't care anymore. Another word that's misunderstood, caring.
Yep.
Yeah. People think that it's caring to do these things. No, it's not. That is not what care means.
People think that things or emotion or displays of emotion or expressing regard for something should look a certain way. And so as long as we keep thinking or assuming that we understand the way that things should go, we're limiting ourselves to being open to expanding and accepting or coming into an understanding that there's more. There's everything is not what we've been told or what we've been shown or what we've integrated. And so it really limits the room for new to get in when you think you know everything. So
yeah, there's no room for new when the old's still there. There just isn't. Wineskins can't do it. It'll burst. It doesn't work. You got to have the new space for the new. And that means letting go of the old, which is ego's worst nightmare.
Worst nightmare.
Worst nightmare.
Anything that's happening here, and I can only speak through, again, please apply this to everything that I've contributed to this dialogue so far, but I can only, of course, speak to what I experienced through my lens.
You're an authority on that. That's right.
But
absolutely.
As far as what I'm moving through has been really a recurring theme for me is just the magnitude of this extended backwards day we're having down here on Earth. And everything is just not what we think or what it seems.
Right.
And that applies again to our perceived light, dark, and this, that. What if you're experiencing this versus that equals you or me, no matter how you slice it.
Everything equals you.
That, you are both of those things. There's nothing that you experience, not a person you experience,
isn't you.
Circumstance that you experience that isn't a reflection of an aspect of yourself that you've either unresolved, unintegrated, whether it's highest potential or lowest potential, it's still you.
It's you.
And until you're willing to accept that, that's the meaning of no separation. And so, until you can see yourself in everybody, because guess what? There isn't a person that your eyes will behold that source or God or whatever you want to call doesn't love. So really, I feel that the purpose is to operate in that space as well. And so it becomes less important to assign blame to people or things or circumstances and just take full accountability, full responsibility for all that is. Embrace it in love and forgiveness. Release it so it doesn't define you and limit your ability.
Make it yours. Bring it home. Integrate it back in and tell it it's home and that it's loved.
Because the truth is, a lot of the things that when you go through it and you perceive it as dark or the hardest or and it doesn't feel very divinely, it doesn't feel like a divine experience.
Right.
Generally, those are the things that when you look back or you have a retrospective reflection on, you understand that they were kind of some of the most important breakthrough experiences that made you who you are and fortified strength or confidence or even faith.
Made you remember who you are, who
So
you
there's
always have been.
exactly.
Yes.
So
Yes.
there's a lot more going on in things that we experience than we realize in the moment. So it's trying to just,
That's right.
or just holding that perspective that
Mm-hmm.
even though your circumstances might feel uncomfortable in the moment, doesn't mean it's not exactly where you need to be to receive whatever you're supposed to through it.
And it doesn't mean your vibration got lowered either. Because when you're
Exactly.
just you're pursuing it. You're doing it. Yes.
When we attach ourselves to anything, even if it's high frequency, like we need to be in a high frequency.
Exactly. Once again, it's an attachment.
Weaseling its way
Mm-hmm.
in and
Mm-hmm.
trying to take hold of
Oh,
something.
you need this? I'll propose it's being taken away then.
Or that,
And then
or
I've gotcha.
if you feel like your spiritual growth or is it somehow less than if you're not vibrating at, this crazy high frequency all the time, that you're not where you need to be.
Right.
Bull crap. That's bull crap.
It's total bull crap. That's being proposed to you.
Actually,
that's right.
You are and I don't like labels like light worker or any of those things, because
you just throw 5 of them out and say, pick your own.
Yeah, you're an eternal being. You can't be limited to just one job or one thing. But yes, light workers in the sense that you are bringing light in. You are the craziest shadow workers, and that is the light work. So you're going to go through a lot of intense emotional varieties.
That's how you bring everything home. Both sides of the duality.
How you bring the light in is by clearing that in forgiveness and transmuting it in love. So
bring it in. Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's part of you. It doesn't feel comfortable, but it is part of you. Integrate it back in, accept it, allow it, love it, and move forward. And this is why this is such a beautiful exponential moment, why it's marked today by 369, which is a beautiful cosmic indicator of a portal, if you will, which is all a portal is an opening. It's a space being created with a divine balance of energies that's available to those who are in this space. And there's more of us than there are that aren't. So we've got this. We're doing it. It's done. We're here. Just don't believe this newest little ego trick. And believe me, until this discordance is completely balanced, and it won't ever be, and this is the thing that I've come to realize, come to knowing in my own kingdom, it's not going to ever be completely gone, because the duality is what creates this ability for us to toss this ball back and forth to one another, called love, called perfection. It's going to be here. It's just going to be balanced. And we've been discordant and out of balance for eons. So it's not going to be gone, because if we're gone, we would just be source creation. We're right back where we started. Everything's cool. We'd go out and do it again, is what we would do. Because the passing of this one from to the other, one individuated spark to the other, is the expansion. So it's going to just continue. It's just we're remembering what we are as opposed to what we've created. It's been a fun mess, but we're done with it.
It's been a fun mess.
It's been a fun mess. We did this. Oh my God, let's clean that up. I don't want that on the floor anymore. We're going to clean that up. Okay, we're cleaned up. Good. Let's move forward. What else can we do? What's the new game we get to play with each other? Well, that's here. And it's happening. You said something earlier about this. You keep going back. It's you. And I actually have done this physically once before, and it worked really well. So if you're watching this, either now live or it's going to be posted, it'll be up for all eternity. It's in the ether, so that means it's done. It is finished. But if you're watching this, seeing my face, hearing my voice, hearing Dory's voice, and there's anything about this, it doesn't matter how it's affected you, whether it's been glorious light, whether it's triggered you, whether you think it's bullshit, whatever it is, everything that's happened right here, guess who it is?
You.
Look. Do you see? Do you see? Everything that's in front of you is that individuated, beautiful spark right there. So take a good look at that beautiful, incredible being and realize that everything is you. Doesn't matter. You can resist that all you want. It won't work.
Yeah.
You will bring yourself back to it over and over again. And with this inertia that's being created right now, we're creating this beautiful energy. You will not win that fight because you've been integrated. You're being loved.
Wherever you no matter where you go, whatever you do, it's the you show. So welcome to you.
it's the you show. That's right. And guess what? And the crazy thing is once you get to that space, when you look out and you see you somehow magically now can see not only you, but the other you. And you see them clearly. And you look and you go, I almost see it as being like this. And it's not exactly like this is the best way I can describe it. Here you are, right? And this is what happens when you get to that place. You can go like this and go, oh, I see us both. Oh, we're so beautiful. Isn't that amazing? This is awesome. So when someone's in that space that you're in, guess what? That's how it looks. That's the best way I can describe it. And as we know, these words fail to express what we're trying to say. Pure expression.
I have all these. I had all of this like triggers a little bit just pop up because of something that just recently took place when I was expressing or just kind of delivering a message I received about the importance of stepping into this space where you realize you're not supposed to be here to support or promote somebody else's message, or you're not here to deliver somebody else's message or tell somebody else's story. You're here to remember you are your own.
Mm-hmm.
No one else can be here and present the expression or fulfill the story of you.
No.
We're meant to do it. And
only
so
you. Yes.
All of that energy and reverence and regard you have for somebody else. And I'm just going to say it, especially for like spiritual influencers. We've all been touched by people in our journey that have certainly turned over stones for us, and we're forever grateful. But
yes,
it's absolutely appropriate for you to evolve through that to a certain point where you realize it's not about them or their next video or their next message. They can continue to confirm things and provide insight, and that's wonderful. But it's really about you exploring the depths of your emotions and the limitlessness of your own soul's expression. Because I said this a couple weeks ago, maybe not that long ago, and there was a couple people that, or just maybe a person that received what I was saying to suggest that I was kind of like promoting, I want to say self-indulgence, but like promoting individualism, which just wasn't even, which really had nothing to do with what I was posting about. But it was, I'm glad that it came up because I wanted to make it clear that this is all about the highest good for the collective. But to get there, you must return home, which is your heart, your soul.
6 inches below your chin. Everything's right there. That's right. So, and that's just figurative because our Sacred Heart Center.
Keep thinking that we need to find the right group or the right tribe or the right community or the next retreat or the right life coach or read the right scripture. Or every time we keep thinking that that's going to be the piece of the puzzle that's going to get us to the next point or level. I'm missing the point that that's just us perpetuating the old of thinking that everything we need is outside of us.
Yes. And it's okay. There's no measurement in that. That's your process. Keep going. Keep going. It's okay if you're there.
Yeah.
Because where it's going to lead you is where you are. Because we've all done it, right? We've all been in that place. Oh my gosh. All of us. I, matter of fact, wrote a little note to someone thanking them and so grateful for who they are. Because I remember being in that space and that being my path that led me to the remembrance of who I am right now. So yes, it's beautiful and good. There's no measurement in it. Absolutely. But
And we
Definitely.
absolutely need each other. We
Yes.
our interaction and our engagement and our amplification when we are experiencing each other, whether it's just in spirit or in communication or in person, is there isn't really words to express how important that is, and it's a huge part of this whole thing. But
Yes.
You can't really show up for somebody in all your attentive presence and in all your capacity and capability to contribute what you can unless you have, returned to yourself and loved yourself. You will never be able to love other people as huge as you're capable of if you don't, if you don't know yourself. How can you
That's
really
right.
know what you
Because
stand for?
yourself is them. That's the
Exactly.
first step.
That's the
Yourself
biggest
is
thing.
them.
That's the whole point. It's like, I'm really doing, we're all doing this for each other.
Yes,
Because
we are, because we are.
When you heal, I heal. When you
Yes.
heal, I heal.
Yes.
Not only that,
Absolutely.
it's like your ancestors heal.
Yes.
Ancestral trauma is.
That's why we outweigh
passed
everything
down.
right now.
Playing
Everyone
exactly.
is on board. The all is here. It never has not been here. Other galaxies, millions and gazillions of them, they're on board. Absolutely. We all heal when we heal thyself.
Exactly.
Because
So
the self with the capital S is you.
that
And me and you and me and you and you.
Is just should be, public service announcement. Just know thyself. And that really just means
I just realized I went over an hour. I'm not going to be able to post this. Dang it. Yes, I'm going to have to. And I don't have any finances at this point to upgrade my account. We just went over an hour, so I will not be able to post it. It's not going to post until, so it's not supposed to. I was going to keep my eye on that and I didn't.
How much is it okay, we'll figure that out.
Yeah, because I just fixed this whole problem last time and said I can't go over an hour. I can't go over an hour, or it cost me too much money.
It was, perhaps whoever was in here and just asked,
It very well could be that. It will be posted. Believe me, the minute I get a paycheck, it'll be dealt with. But that's not going to be for a couple of days. Oh well, such is life. We already did it. I found this happened when I did the show with Carrie. That's when I discovered that my plan didn't cover anything over an hour. So I just decided that's fine. That was perfect. I took care of that. I'll just I'll just stick with under an hour. And I just realized that.
Well, no surprise, you and I get Gavin.
Well, yes, and the thing is, but once again, this is a perfect example of trying to weigh something or measure it. I could tell you that for a nanosecond, the slightest nanosecond, it wasn't even a nanosecond, I don't even think. It was a half of a nanosecond. I felt as if something wrong had occurred. And see, that right there is a perfect example. This happened exactly as it should, and whatever process has to go through now for this to air itself will occur. There's no wrong, there's no right. It's absolutely brilliantly perfect, just as it is. And everything falls under that. Everything. And we've also had the most people I've ever had in a live chat. I think I saw it get up to 17 at one point. So that's pretty cool. I'm excited about that.
The chat, so
what was that?
I'm not able to see the chat, so I don't know.
Oh, okay. Are you the thing? Yeah, I think the way this works is, see, it's not posted yet. So it's not it's not posted to YouTube where the live chat is. As a matter of fact, I don't know if it looks like everybody else is still being able to post. Ren just posted, so I think everybody else is being able to post. So hopefully that'll work. I have no idea what will happen. I just remember the last time with Carrie, I went and got everything finished up, and then it was like I went to look at the channel and it was like posted pending, and I was like, what? And I went to my account and went, yeah, you can't post something that's over an hour long. And I was like, dang it. So I immediately went and upgraded my account right then and there, which I would do right now too, because money means nothing to me, other than just a tool to move forward. But I'm not in that position. And guess what? I'm not in that position for a reason. So it's all good.
It's funny because I have the same experience I always am working through this experience of have I said too much? Have I gone too far too soon? Or have I, you know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah.
So,
And you haven't. And that's, you haven't. There's no, and that's the thing is, and I've dove into this place where I'm serious. I don't care anymore. I just don't. I'm just like, I'm here. I've taken the towel off. Y'all's feet are wet. The only towel I got's around my very private part of my body. And if I take it off, everybody's going to see everything. Guess what? It's already that way anyway. We're heading to that. Anybody who's ready to do it now will just be there a little bit sooner than everybody else. That's all. So the towel's off. I'm drying you all feet. You can gawk and stare all you want, but I am as naked as it gets. I'm not going back. And that's just me. But that's how I've always been wired. I'm kind of an idiot about those things.
well, I just want to put out there, I think some of the time I'm also kind of mindful about just about expressing things because of the rate at which things are shifting and changing.
Yes.
And so what I felt, or what I was moving through one day might be completely different the following day. And I just
Right.
So I don't want to misrepresent myself it's really just about that not giving an F anymore.
Yes,
And that's
it is.
really
It is
not
about
easy,
that.
and I'm still working on that myself.
It's not. I believe me, I waver today. Yeah,
someone's gonna hold.
I waver. I do. It's new water. It's this pioneering thing. That's what I said on my video yesterday. It's like landing on a planet that's square. It's
Right.
purple, and there are beings there you've never seen before. You're walking on your head, not your feet. Your eyes are in your butt. I mean, you imagine whatever feels the most uncomfortable to you, and you have no guide to tell you how to do it. You're just doing it. And it feels like that.
I feel, I wanted to hop on with you today because we've been meeting to for a while, but really, like, for me, I'm also entering a space where just kind of talking and detailing what I'm moving through all the time doesn't feel super. I just feel like everyone needs to just do their thing, be,
Yes.
just be. Don't worry so much about documenting it or needing to share everything. Like, transparency.
Only if you feel it. Only if you feel it. If you do feel that it's an expression, go for it. If you don't, go for it. Either way.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Saying that.
Yes, because it's internal. It's you. Your individuated aspect has to be you. And see, that's where I'm at. I'm being me. I've been wired this way since I was a tiny little wee thing. Everything that occurs with me, I'm like a big ball of putty. Everything comes in, swishes around, and then pops right back out. That's just how I've always been. That's how I'm wired to be. So my path isn't your path, but it is your path because we're one. And your path isn't my path, but it is. But you have to do your individuated parts of this huge, beautiful, faceted, wonderful, gorgeous gemstone that we are, is represented by the wholeness of it all.
Right.
So absolutely, do what you do. Don't do what I do. You do what you do. And I've come to the place where I'm going to be me. Come hell or high water, as my dad used to say. So that's what we're here to do, for sure. Absolutely.
Well, I'll drop off.
But
you can get this. You can, have some time to talk on your own without me.
No worries. No worries. No, and if there's anybody else that's interested in popping on, if they'd like to share something or whatever, we're already over the hour. So if you feel like you want to, post it.
To the point of no return. So
yes, we have. We totally have. Every day is that for me. I'm like, yeah, we're here. It's good. If you want to post a little comment, I'll watch for a couple of minutes. And thank you so much for joining me, darling. I couldn't have done it without you.
I might want to say hi, but
yep. Yeah, stay put. If somebody does, come back in. We can do the whole Brady Bunch thing if necessary. Cool. Yep, absolutely. I can have up to 10 people in here. So
love you guys. All right, I'm gonna
love you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, guys. So I'm just gonna give you a couple of minutes. If there's anybody I don't know. My indicator of how many people in here is never accurate. It goes with how much my bandwidth is holding. So I don't know. I'm just going to go ahead. I think the easiest way for me to do this is just to go ahead and share it again, share the link again. And if you are interested, pop in. If not, then don't, and that's fine too. That way I don't have to watch, because sometimes the chat in this is difficult for me to manage because it's a little bit different. So it says 11. Yeah, mine said 11 too, and now it just dropped to 10. So I think it's just because the energy of this circumstance is starting to, bring itself down. So, which is good. An hour and 10 minutes is great. There's something in me that says that this is still gonna post somehow. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's just because I hope that, but I'm hoping 12 there. See, it's different. It's different. It depends on the bandwidth and where it catches up. Mine's probably accurate because I'm actually in the stream myself. So it probably is 10. If you haven't popped in and said good morning or hello, and I've missed it, just do so again. I would love to see your beautiful little representation of your energetic self here. Yes, 1111 for Mrs. Susan. That's wonderful, Miss Soul's Eyes. Yeah, I started this at 11. It wouldn't give me the increment of 11 minutes. Otherwise, I would have done that too. The 2 zeros worked for me though. Okay, so we've got Sarah. I'm still here, just been able to be in chat. Awesome. Okay. 14 says there with Silver Wings. Welcome, Silver Wings. Welcome, Sarah. I love you. I see Rachel. Hi. I'm so glad she got to be in because sometimes our internet doesn't support her. I love you, Rachel. Thank you for being here. I see Ren and I see Susan. I know 1, 1, 1, 2, 20, 22, 1, 11, yeah, see? Yeah, all the ones and twos. This is, oh, hi, Tina. Hello. Been listening and enjoying both of you sharing. Yay, I'm so glad you're here. That's wonderful. Welcome. I'm glad that you're here and you've been able to share. This will post at some point. We're at an hour and 11 minutes right now that we've doing. So this is a good place to either pick up somebody who wants to jump in or call it a wrap. So I'll just give you guys a couple more minutes because also, I kind of have to go to the bathroom too. I've been trying really, really hard to stay super hydrated with my humongous jug of water. So, and I'm sorry, that's super naked. I know, TMI, but guess what? TMI is the way of the old. There isn't too much information. Hello, Denise. Yes, it will post. Believe me, if I have to go bankrupt upgrading my account to get this to post, I will. I'm not worried about it. It just might be not until Thursday because that's when I get paid. And right now I'm very broke. I had some crazy things happen with my account and I'm broke. So, but if anyone feels moved to help with that so we can get this posted today on this beautiful energetic day, yeah. Let me just 2 seconds here. Let me do something. I hope this doesn't interrupt my I don't know what it's going to do. It might pause it. Did anything happen when I moved my phone? You know what? Let me see here. I know what I can do. Let me sign into this 56 is myself, I believe. I will go to my I believe and I will sign into this and chat with you, and I will post my PayPal account. Anybody who wants to put a couple, I think it's going to cost me. It's the upgrade. I already paid for this month, and so it's $25. So I think I need anywhere from 25 to 40. I'm not sure. It depends on where I am in the month that I paid. So yeah, I'm not sure about that, but I'm going to join in here as myself. 25 to 40. Oh, let me turn this. Yeah, turn this down. Okay, good. And now I'm going to pop in as myself into chat, and I will load my PayPal account because I can get it done today if anybody feels moved to. If not, no big deal. Believe me, it's of no concern to me at all. I know that everything will happen exactly as it should. Tori, get your pee on. See, I'm seeing the post now, and I'm not seeing. There it is. They happen faster. I'm in here as I believe. I'll put a little heart out, make sure everything's working correctly here. Oh, geez. Okay, there we go. Hello everyone. There we go. There's Miss I believe. Who's that character? All right, let's get back into the live chat here, and then I'll go get my PayPal account real quick. If I can remember how to do this. It's been a long time since I had anybody put money in my PayPal account. But anyways, oh, it just says in here, it just says good vibes because it's a YouTube emoji. So it just says good vibes. That's hilarious. Oh, is it going blurry? Oh, it's probably because I did this. All right. Let's see here. Okay, not that. It's been a long time since I've done that. Okay. No, I don't want to do that. I can't figure it out. Is it still blurry? Let me know. Somebody pop in there with a comment. I'm trying to figure this out. What's this? I seriously haven't done this in so long. All clear? Good. Okay. I'm having some internet issues, but it used to have the little thing that you could post. It had a link, and I can't find it now. Oh, my dear brother Robert, thank you. I don't know when Robert did it, but he sent me a little bit of money, so that's cool. Thank you, Robert. I don't know if you're in here or not. You might be one of the ones that's in here. He's my beautiful brother, and I just love his heart. He's got the greatest heart ever. So let's see here. We'll go with money. Okay. Share your link. There we go. I found it. Okay. Okay, copy. Copy. All right. So now I'll be able to post it in here. I'm going to be posting it in chat, guys. So let me get this back open. All right. I'm going to post it as I believe. So that'll be done. And then we'll get out of here because everybody needs to get going. So there you go. I posted it. Yes, thank you all for being here this morning. Dory just said that. I just popped up. That's a perfect place to call it a day. Yes, thank you for being here this morning, and everyone. Beautiful collectiveness, all of us being together in this frequency has been. Yes, I miss you guys too so much. I miss everyone in a tangible sense, but spiritually, yeah, there's just no missing. I feel you all every day. The connection is profound for me. And it's profound for everyone. It's just that my perception of it has been clear enough that I've been really able to feel it, and I'm grateful for that. So I'm going to go ahead. I posted that if you want to catch that real quick. If not, no worries. I love it all. Everything is exactly as it should be. Have a wonderful, beautiful rest of your day. And the next time you're in a struggle, take heart. And I mean, it saved my spiritual hiney last night, having that download and profound information that as long as I'm choosing unconditional love, I'm even having the thought that I'm trying to achieve, this area of frequency height. Even having that thought means you're already there. Breathe. In that video that Susan shared, she said that, and it just kind of goes through you just can miss it real easy, but it's in the air we breathe. That physical, tangible breath represents a spiritual breath of you breathing in all of the creative light that's around you. As you breathe it in, it will get you back to that 0 point place, your I am presence, instantly. So breathe and remember that if you're even having that thought, you're already there. Your frequency is as high as it can go. We're kicking ass. We're taking names. 5D is here, and it is only going to expand from this point out. I love you all so much. And here's it looks like Susan posted it again. So there's lots of good links in there. I'm going to work my butt off on the rest of the day trying to get this posted today so it gets out there on this beautiful 111222 day. Love you. Have a beautiful day. I don't want to leave, but I'm not really leaving. We're still together. See you guys later.